All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Pokemon Cards live stream. Oh, man, I can't believe we're starting late, dude. Dude, I was trying so hard to get here and get started by 4. It's 4:51. Can you believe it? It's ridiculous. I worked to the very last second to get to this point. I was up at 12. And I worked from 12 to 4:51 without taking a break. I mean, I probably took like a simple break, like I stood there and scratched my butt. But I worked the whole time, and here we are starting late. It's crazy, dude. I just can never get everything done. All right, here we go. So the name of today's stream, Pokemon Cards Bigger Than a Planet. Bigger than Jupiter. Pokemon Cards Bigger Than Jupiter. New Dandadan Weiss live card shop. Alright, pretty cool card, right? What do you guys think of that? Mr. Butt Scratcher? Hey! There we go, let's see. Closing that. Okay, Miss Jen was talking to me. Let's jump over here. Hope she's feeling good. At here. We're going live for Thursday? Is today Thursday? Today's Thursday, right? Oh, it's Wednesday. Wait, today's Wednesday? I thought yesterday was Wednesday. Oh my god, dude. I swear, this is because all I do is work. And I work all 7 days. I never even know what day of the week it is anymore. Crazy, bro. So then yesterday was Monday. That's so weird. Or the day before yesterday was Monday. That's so weird. It didn't feel like a Monday. All right, what's this? I'm getting a care package from Capcom Monster Hunter. I think they're sending me a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a jacket. That's so interesting. That's so kind of them. Wow. All right. So, Eric J. Lopez, 5 Korean Electric Breaker. We did that earlier. Ooh, we got a big payment from Mr. Grant. That must be for Slabaway. It is a new month, and it is time to really go in and start taking down abandoned Slabaways. That is a thing. People do abandon their Slabaway. Sometimes their finances change. Maybe their feelings about a card change. Maybe they forgot they put it in Slabaway. They just put it in Slabaway and forget about it. So all kinds of reasons why people don't finish their Slabaway. Things change. Let's see this. Ooh, we're getting closer to getting our tag submission back. Hey, here's a crazy thing. I got my PSA, well, here's some news. I got 2 things. I got a confirmation on the PSA website that I'm getting the Southern Islands Mew PSA 10. Super exciting. Super exciting. That card has an excellent story to it now. And then I got another submission from PSA that is completed now. And that's one of mine. It only had 64 cards in. It's just my card. It was a small submission. And the grades in that submission are harsh. They grade so harsh now. It's crazy how harsh they grade. And so I really strongly feel like it's time to reduce our grading at PSA. They should only be 1/3 of all of our grading. So that's how I'm feeling about it. All right, let's close this. All right, cool. Well. Let me hit refresh on this. Let's see what's closest to finishing with PSA, by the way. So progress on our card grading. We have a December submission with 176 items that says it's an assembly. Let's see if that one's strictly mine or if it contains all of our stuff in it. This is the one with the double Surging Sparks Pikachus in it. I think that's LaFlames, isn't it? I hope he gets 10s on those. He really deserves it. That guy has gone so deep over here. I'd love to see him get 10s on it. Let's see. I remember these. These are old Brandon cards, and Brandon ended up trading his cards to me. You are? All right. Brandon. All right. Brandon likes to open up cards. Should I jump in? The Sylveon, watch me win. Yes, so the Sylveon's going to be a break, everybody. Sylveon's going to be a break. Let's get a price for Dandadan. All right, if you'll excuse me, we need a Dandadan price. I'm going to jump in, but I'm scared. Speaking of being scared, we have Pokemon Battles back on the menu. It's called the Gym Break. But let's go ahead and go hunting for a Dandadan price. There is no Dandadan price. Let me check over here. So I'm going to jump back over here. Dandadan is in. This is exciting news for our Weiss collectors, of which we have many. Weiss Dandadan. Okay, give me a moment here. Let's try and get a price on this. It shouldn't be too bad. It just came out, so typically the prices are not that bad at the start. Till later that the prices start to go up, because you have the initial shipment of these. You can tell it's going to be really bad when you can't find any of it. All right, so here we go. We've got a price. There's 24 boxes. It looks like it's not going to be bad at all, guys. Okay, divided by 24. I'm assuming 12, right? So it looks like we're going to go with the price of about 4.5 on the Dandadan packs, okay? Assuming Dandadan is 12 packs per box. All right, so that's Dandadan. Might want to let me open up a box first just to confirm that, okay, before you send in any purchases on that. But assuming it's 12 packs, that's the price, 4.5. And then the booster box price shall be $55. All right. So, you know, we try to make a little money. That's what that price is. I try to go with a very fair price that keeps it low for you guys, but I got to make a little bit of money when I sell it. Here we are. 4.5 is pretty much retail, isn't it? I'm a K-poppy too, but I'm taking a break from the concert. When are you taking me to a K-pop concert? Tammy, why do you never take me to K-pop concerts? I thought we were besties. So there is an example of that. Dude, Karis would love to go to one of the... Oh, Karis drew you a card, by the way, Tammy. Let's see if I go find it for you. We still need to get the encapsulations running. So it is 12 per box. So it's 4.5 per pack, or 55 for a whole box. So... Tammy, let me go get, and then I have to decide a break price for this thing. But let me go get you this. All right, unfortunately, I could not find it, but I know you'll like it when you see it. She drew you a little Dragonair. Whew. I like We Run It by Eminem and 50 Cent. So what do you guys think this card is worth right now? What do you think this would break for? I want to hear your opinions on how many spots should be in the break. One spot will be a star spot. What do you guys think of this card? I just want to hear your opinions from the audience. You guys give me your opinion. $2 says 6. 6 is like, I'm not pricing it against myself. Funny 6. 2 spots. I feel like these giant V cards are super hard to grade. They're always in bad quality. Yeah, it's a really fascinating thing. I feel like it was a part of the hobby that was somewhat ignored, right? Nobody talking about the jumbo cards. But even when you do talk about the jumbo cards, this one's a weird standout. It's a Team Rocket card, kind of, because it's a dark Sylveon, isn't it? I mean, Neo had dark cards, too. But Pokemon Rocket was the first time we got dark cards, right? The Team Rocket's set was a really special set as a result. Let me turn this down a little bit. Make it a $10 break, roughly $350, 25 spots, says Smoking Sharp. Wow, 25 spots. That's probably a lot too high, much too high for this. It's surprisingly huge. And you could probably display this on a wall. It's huge. You really could just... I mean, look how... It makes my hands look small. Look at this $5,000 Charizard for a size comparison, since we're always comparing size. It's gigantic. I don't know what to say. It's like bigger than a laptop in some ways. You can't see the grade light. It's covering it. It is a 10. I think it should be worth $200, says Brandon. What set should I buy? I have 500 pounds. I'm trying to make money to prove my mom wrong. You're going to prove your mom wrong? Bigger than Jupiter. About 350. Well, I'm just curious what everyone's willing... So here's another piece of information. It's a population 54 card, and it was printed in 2021. So it's actually 4 years old now, and it's definitely out of print. Also, the cost of grading a jumbo card is quite high, and there's one other piece of information that you got to think about. PSA just made their grading standard much higher. So this card was graded before that point. Now, if you try to grade one, your odds are lower, I would say. So your odds of getting a 10, if you were to grade one yourself, your odds are lower. So that's how I feel about it. I feel like we have something very nice here. And but I don't want to be super unfair about the number of spots in here, even though I suspect you guys would actually buy into it. So I can't write on it. There's no plastic I can put on. Maybe if I had like shrink wrap. You think I got like shrink wrap somewhere? Shrink wrap might work. So I think I will just... You guys get to see it here, but while it's breaking, it's just going to have to rest somewhere. It can't fit on the table. So maybe a rest over here or something. And we will have to set it up represented with like a card or something. Maybe like this. What is it? Is it psychic type? Let's get a psychic type card out. Okay. Dark Sylveon, Jumbo, PSA 10. Okay. I don't even listen to Taiwanese pop. Tammy! Journey Together is a good set to make money, says 6. It's a nice set. How much would it cost to ship? $9 as usual. I'll take care of the true cost on my side, but I'm going to factor that in here as well because I thought the same thing. So unfortunately, it's an oversized package, so it's risky to ship it, and it's so big, and you know, you got to be careful with something like that. Like if someone stepped on the middle of that, they'd crack it in a heartbeat. Ivan says 12 spot, 1 star. Use it as a coaster. All right. Okay, so English Journey Together. Let's see. All right, so I'm picking the spots out now. You ready? So my decision on this is going to be 41 in. I think instead of 5, I'm going to ask for 6 because I think it's going to go, and then 7 will be the star spot. Okay. So it is going to be a star spot break. Everything's basically a star spot break. The only time we don't have something, oh, that's a terrible looking star. The only time we don't have something be a star spot break is when is when we have this item that seems like it's going to be difficult to move. Like the Zubat was a 1 in 7 with no star, because I thought maybe the Zubat might be slow, and he was. We gave up on Zubat. All right, Dark Sylveon. Now, that's my first time pricing that. If you don't like it, you can reject it, okay? Just don't buy in. You don't like that price. You think that's unfair. If you do like it, jump in. It might move. In the daytime stream, it might be over. There it is. Anyone hear about the massive cut at the Department of Health and Human Services? I did not hear that one. Okay, you ready? Dark Sylveon. Also, did you catch this crazy thing? See this exclamation point? It's like when two trainers meet eyes. So this is going to be called the gym break, and it's a 2-spot break. So only 2 people are going to be able to get into here. And it's kind of a weird new thing that we're trying, where you actually have a scorecard. We've done this before on this stream a long time ago. Some of you guys weren't here for it, and some of you guys were here for it. But in the past, we had these scorecards. Now, instead of a score, you get a gym badge. So try to get all 8 gym badges, and if you actually are the one to take the slab and the break, you get a new gym badge. When all 8 gym badges are filled out, I'll get you a new card, and you'll go on to Gen 2 or something. It is pretty neat idea, right? Although it would look way, 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 way better if we had like stickers that actually looked exactly like the gym badges. I put it on the card. So kind of a new thing. All right. And then here's my new Charizard. I got to make a piece of content about it. I paid $5,000, I think, for this one. Was it 5? Let's see. Let's jump over here. So if you want to know what I do after I make some money, I just go and buy Pokemon with it. I paid $5,300 for that Charizard, 5.3. Let's take a quick look at him. See, by today's standard, this card would never grade 10. Take a look on the back. And look at that little white dot right there. And look at these corners anyways. I don't like PSA's new standards where nothing has a chance at grading 10. I think especially with vintage cards, I feel okay when PSA is a little more lenient, just slightly more lenient with cards that are like, 20 years old or 15 years old or something. These older cards that have such a poor chance at grading 10, I feel like, there's got to be some 10s, right? So I will be sending more of my cards to CGC and BGS as a result. The pristine looking cards will go to BGS. The borderline cards will be going to CGC. And so we'll be trying for CGC 9.5s and CGC Gemmint 10s on our borderline cards. It doesn't really make sense to just send it to PSA if it's all going to definitely turn into a 9. And yeah, I'm after 10s, not 9s. It's just how it is. Kind of crazy when you think about it all, PSA kind of shooting themselves in the foot. That's how I feel about it. It's a big, it's like giving your opponent a chance. All they had to do, PSA, they just had to keep doing what they were already doing. They're going to change up, and I don't think it's a good idea. Like what if KFC changed their fried chicken recipe? Like, don't do that. All right, there we are. Very nice. So Beckett will be for pristine-looking cards, and CGC will be for borderline-looking cards. We will still send about 1/3 of all cards will still go to PSA because we're going to have a variety of them. But I want less PSA grading. Here's Grant J. Kwan. Finish my Slabaway. All right, Mr. Grant, you got it. Heading over here to Slabaway. Mostly listen to IU nowadays. What are you talking about, Tammy? Grant has PSA 10 Gardevoir. All right, you got it, man. I think that was my last Gardevoir, wasn't it? Let's see if it's in here. This box is really full. Can you use my store credit for a spot? I absolutely can. So you will have one spot in there. I feel like Dark Sylveon's about to fill up in 2 seconds. I feel like I probably could ask 1 in 8 and it wouldn't matter. Just because it turned out is so crazy. People go, hey, that's kind of fun. Ouch! What have I done? Oh, my arm. That hurts so bad. Why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. Oh, there's another Charizard. Look at that. There's only a slight difference between this Charizard and this Charizard. Can you spot it? The Charizard on the right has more of a gold tint to it, making it like $3,000 more expensive. Crazy. Crazy how that be working. Okay, Steven, you got my Dratini, huh? That makes me sad. Why am I selling my Rocket Returns Dratini ever? It doesn't make any sense. It's such a good card. All right. All right. I want to Slabaway the Switch 2. Yeah? Maybe what you can do is you can Slabaway a card that's similar in price to the Switch 2. And then when you finish paying it off, have me buy a Switch 2 and trade with you. You could do that. All right, your slab must be over here. There it is. All right, very good. Grant Kwan is the proud owner of a Burning Shadows Gardevoir. And Grant, I sold the last one of these. I have no more. I'm all sold out now. Sold out of my position on Gardevoir. There it is. Special card, man. Don't sell it. For me, it was easy to sell it because I'm not a Gardevoir collector myself, but I knew it was a very popular Pokemon. So sometimes I pick up Pokemon with only an interest in reselling them later. That's it. And then I use the money from a sale to go pay for, I don't know, like a card I do want, like Tyranitar or something like that, right? So sometimes, even if you don't like a Pokemon card, like let's say you don't like Kakuna, there might be somebody who does like it. So the goal is just to acquire something that you can acquire. How much did I pay for those Burning Shadows Gardevoirs? Gardevoir. You ready for this data? Back in October of 2022, I paid $124 for Gardevoir, and then again $175, and then again $140, and then one more time for $200, all in 2022. See? Pretty wild, huh? Wow. Times change, though, you know. All you had to do was pick a card that couldn't go up in population and sit on it. I made Mr. Sad. Why are you making me sad? That's my favorite Dratini. You notice those were all purchased around the same time period, too. It's because after looking at the market for a long time, I said, you know, I don't think those Gardevoirs are the right price. I think those are the wrong price. And when you buy them all up like that, that is a bet, and the bet can go wrong. What can happen is you can buy them and they don't go up in price. They can even go down in price. So now you're sitting on 5 copies of a card that goes down. And you're like, oh, shit. What did I do? 6, opening up a box of Dandadan. Here you go, 6. How are you today, 6? Oh, somebody asked me to use a store credit. Well, who was that? That was Grant or something. Gavin Stewart. Here it is, Gavin Stewart. He wanted a spot in the Dark Sylveon. So Dark Sylveon should be the current Master Ball break. It is. Has that ever happened to me? Yeah, so a long time ago, a real long time ago, I bought these Black Star EVs. I bought a whole bunch of them. And it was the same concept as the Gardevoir, was to kind of go in on a card I thought was underpriced, take a chunk of them, and then resell them later. And unfortunately, it did not go well. Those EVs did not raise in price. They stayed stagnant and they were very hard to move. They did eventually all sell, but I think I did not even break even. I think I slowly lost money on those. The Gardevoir is a great example of it working. The Gardevoir, we held that for 3 years. Took 3 years, but the price moved from, You know, like 150, 175 to like 500 to 700. Pretty good flip. There it is. All right. The question is, why sell it when it's done so well? Probably shouldn't have. Probably should have just kept holding them, to tell you the truth. Because if they've proven themselves to go up like that, they probably just keep going up. So now you're sitting on a great card, and if you just keep sitting on it, it probably just keeps going. There it is. But, you know, I got to have something to sell to you guys, so I try to do that all the time. I try to have something to sell to you guys all the time. That's it. My job is to pick out some stuff that I think you guys would like too. All right, Miss 6. Yeah, the Gardevoirs proved themselves. Those are some pretty good ones to hold. The SEC Siggy with the main kid in ghost mode looks nice. I've never watched Dandadan, so I know nothing about any of these characters or what the show's about. But I had more than one person asking me about Dandadan Weiss, so I know there's some interest in it. Dandadan's pretty funny. I watched it with friends while doing Pokemon puzzles. Nice. Okay, here's Glasses Kid. Man, anime's always drawing girls like this. Look at that. All right. I feel like e-girls got their inspiration from anime. They said, how do I look more like an anime character? Ready? These drawings, huh? It's a weird looking card. You should have gotten the Rascal Does Not Dream of Knapsack Weiss. There's a $3,000 card in there. Rascal. Okay, I'm going to keep that in mind, Mr. Brandon. Do I get Battle Partners or Journey together to make money? Because Battle Partners is half the price. Here it is. The nice thing about Battle Partners, the Japanese set, you have, in my opinion, you have a much better chance that your card's actually grading 10, and therefore you're able to sort of liquidate out of your purchase in a more conservative and safe ways. Now, the downside to that, the English version of those cards sell for a higher profit margin, but they have to actually get 10. So there's more luck involved. So you either get super lucky with the English version and make way more money, or you go the safe route with the Japanese set, but your profit margin's really small. Yeah, when you sell Japanese cards, profit margin is not really there. Oh, your profit margin can be super slim. Talking like $5. Like, you're not getting rich. You're not buying a Lamborghini or some sort of specialty mansion home selling Japanese cards all day. You got to do something more unique than that. There are. Okay. It's out right now, I believe. Rascal Does Not Dream of Knapsack. Okay. We have sold Rascal Doesn't Dream of a Dreaming Girl or something like that. We've sold that before, and that did sell out. Show's good. Only saw the first episode, but across the board it's loved. The set is mainly screenshots, though. Kind of a bummer. I mean, that's how all the Weiss sets are. All the Weiss sets are essentially just screenshots, right? See? Nothing wrong with that. People still like it. I mean, that's what they did with Adventure Time. I like the Adventure Time cards. Miss 6. Hello, 6. How are you today? Okay, where do we have a 6 bag? Didn't we just have a bag for you? I thought we just created a fresh bag for you. I thought we did. I didn't actually put you in the S box, did I? No? Here, let me create a new bag for you, 6. Weird, I thought we had created a new bag for you. New bag. Ah, okay, new bag time. Dark Sylveon. Look at that card, huh? Thank you, 6, for being the first to open those packs. Happy Wednesday daytime stream. I thought today was Thursday. Crazy. Brazy. That's going to say 1. There it is. Lovely. Marco Arboleta. 1 Sylveon break snipe, please. You're welcome for showing you the other 2. Second break soon if this one does well. Hey, Mr. Marco. Here you are. All right. Marco going right on. Okay. Marco A. Let's write it out. Arboleta. Sometimes when I feel confident that I can remember your name, I write the initials down. Okay. Will there be another break? We will definitely consider a second break on these. Here you are. All right, Marco. I tell you what, Marco, since you showed me about those breaks, I often say there's a finder's fee. So first of all, I'm gonna put you right over here in the free break giveaway. Okay, so you just got on here without trying. That's part of the finder's fee. And then let's get you a finder's fee. So how about, let's see. What can I do for a finder's fee? You know, it's crazy. I still have to, there's a giveaway that I owe people who did a survey for me in Discord, and I haven't done it. I'm just procrastinating like crazy. I got to do it. I'd like to get you something that's decent, but not like no longer worth the value of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's see. Like, let's say you made me $50 and then I just give you a $50 slab. Well, then all I did was break even. Here's a cute one. All right, so here's a nice cute little Mareep, right? I'm gonna give you that as a finder's fee. That's actually from Neo 4, and we're gonna put your name on it real fast. All right, thank you for pointing those out to me. And who knows, you might win that whole box in the giveaway. I don't know what the value of that is, but it's got to be worth something, right? Sort of like a 1 in 20 entry fee into a break. So, Joshua Whipple, Sylveon break. Joshua. Thank you, mister. No problem, man. Thank you. Matt's been a member for 26 months. Wow, the time really flies, huh, Matt? It would be unfortunate if the seller's canceled. Here we are. Oh, that's kind of an interesting point, handing out a finder's fee before the items are actually in. Marco is a Magmar fan. Got any Magmars? I don't. Actually, I might have something like this, though. There was a donation of hollows. There might have been a Magmar in here. I think my brain made a note of that. Oh, look at that. I did remember it. Look at that. That's pretty good. All right, there we go. All good. I believe that was a donation from Tammy, and this card comes out of Journey together. It's not really super valuable, but he likes Magmar, so it's a nice thing, isn't it? When you get a card you like, get a card. Stupid phone autocorrected Dandadan as sandals. Why are you always talking about sandals, Tammy? We don't want to see your feet. Tammy, God, dude. Tampa into house. Hello, Tampa into house. Wow, I can't believe that Mew turned into a best case scenario. And the Mew was found to be authentic. And they're not regrading it. That's so cool, man. So freaking lucky. I'm deleting all these. Tons and tons of junk emails. Okay. Now jump it back over here. Edwin says, I believe my payment's cleared. Yeah, I noticed one actually said that it was delayed. So let me double check that for you, okay? Stop! My phone did it all. She's always talking about sandals. She just can't stop talking about them. Sandals this, sandals that. All right, we're looking up Mr. Delson. All right, so one of them says pending until April 3rd, which is tomorrow. Oh, it says you got 1, 2, 3 of them pending. So go check that in your account, okay? Keep an eye on that. There's 3 of those pending, all right? All right. My hair getting too long. Time to buzz cut? You could buzz cut. Oh, let me text Karis to let her know our Walmart order is in. I got her some snackies, like some straight up snackies. Okay. Tammy. Tammy, where's Mod? Whoa! Where did that come from? Tammy says, let's try a box of sandals. Sandals? Tammy, how did you know I'm a sandal fiend? I'm the kind of guy who wears sandals in the winter. Did you guys know that? You probably could have guessed that. How many of you guys guessed I was the kind of guy who wears sandals in the winter? It is? All right. When I was a kid, my mom couldn't force me to wear shoes. I was barefoot till like the age of like 17, like all the way through the teenage years. And I had a callus on the bottom of my feet that could only be like described like the Hobbits, basically. It was insane. It was insane. I actually cut my heel on a rock one time when I was flying a kite because I was running backwards. A big sharp rock cut my heel. And you could see how deep the callus was. And I swear to God, it was like a full inch of callus. Because my entire childhood, I ran barefoot. I'd run barefoot on the blacktop, pavement. And it wasn't hot enough to burn me because there was enough callus. I'd run on glass. I'd run on sharp rocks. I'd run on thorns and it gets stuck in the skin and then I just pull it back out. Because I was outside all the time. There was no internet. And I had so much callus on my feet. It was insane. And I hated wearing shoes. You just couldn't get me to wear shoes. There we are. All right. Now all that's over. But what's funny is I pretty much just wear sandals everywhere. I don't like to wear shoes. Shoes are the enemy. I do have a nice pair of running shoes. Look at this. That's dope as hell. Mister, your nickname, the Barefoot Bandit? My nickname was the Barefoot Bandit. All right, I got a pair of Asics. When I worked for Coca-Cola, you had to wear shoes, so they didn't give you a choice. And some of the job was like really heavy amounts of walking, so I pretty quickly discovered the best shoes for walking. So now I still use Asics tennis shoes. They're really nice. They just fit my feet better. And I like a real wide shoe. I have wide feet. I've always had wide feet. You had to get me really large shoes to fit my feet because my feet were they were long and they were wide like a clown. It is. Oops. All right. Tell Callie you want to try growing it out and then maybe donate it if you want to cut it. Are you talking about a beard? I wait a hot minute to cut my hair. I usually donate it. Oh, I knew a guy at Target who did that. He was this guy. He had like a whole ponytail and all that. And he wore all black, which you were allowed to do because he was an early morning worker. So you'd be in the back room. They didn't care if you wore your uniform. And, what do we got here? What is this? An SP. There's no stamp and there's no signature. It's just embossed in red. Huh. So you pull an SP there. I'm more of a New Balance guy. Anyways, he would grow his hair out really long, and then one year he cut it, and I was like, whoa! He was like a whole new person, and he's like, yeah, I grow my hair out for a couple of years, and then I donate the whole thing to like a hair place that, helps people who are, maybe they got cancer or something like that. So I was like, oh, that's so cool of you, man. Here we are. All right. He was a funny guy. I learned a lot of social skills from that guy pretty fast. He was one of those trickster personality types. It is. All right. I think he was older than me by like 10 years or something. That's Tammy Lowe. Grabbing Tammy. Tammy Slammy. Her name is Tammy. Now, wait a second. This says J. I suspect J stands for junk. I don't know what it stands for. We're getting you a new bag, Tammy. All right. Jordan's baby. Dude, we were so hardcore. We were a really good team. I remember during the holidays, we would stand on like the top step of the ladder in the back room at Target and throw whole boxes of M&Ms up to each other. How is everyone so strong? I'm like maybe a third of that strength today. It's crazy. And yeah, we tossed those M&Ms straight up. You'd catch it in your arms and you'd pack it onto the top shelf of the back room. We were just so freaking fast. It was crazy. But we were breaking every rule when it came to safety. And the manager was this chill guy who did not give a crap. He's like, "Is it all done?" He's like, "Oh, good. We're ahead of schedule." So he did not care about the safety. I guess he just trusted we were athletic enough. All right, there it is. The queue is caught up. Now, we have an Elizabeth card that says 1 box of HoloLive. She confirmed that she is owed a box of HoloLive. I told her we would open this when she shows up so that she doesn't miss it. And we'll mark the next box of HoloLive Spark as hers so that she gets the exact one she's supposed to. Reminds me of that viral video of that guy screaming while holding a big box on a ladder at Walmart. Where it's like too heavy for him or something like that. No, we were hardcore. I remember there was another trick we'd use and it was me. I would stand at the very top and I'd put 1 foot on one shelf and 1 foot on the other shelf and I'd hang my arms down. And what's crazy is the actual backroom manager participated in this. He would then pick up like 6 cases of M&Ms. You're talking like, that's got to be like 70 or 80 pounds of M&Ms. It was insane. He would put it on his shoulder and he would just walk straight up the ladder. And you could see it all kind of shaking because it was so much weight. This is like straight out of India or something. You know, you ever seen them do that kind of crazy shit in India? And so he climbs up the ladder. He's at the top of the ladder. And I grab 1 box, toss it to the left. 1 box, toss it to the right. 1 box, toss it. And then all of a sudden, we just have all the M&Ms put away. And we just doing the most dangerous shit possible. But it was so effective. You just got it done. Boom, boom, boom. It was all gone. And the ETLs, the elite team leaders, would look at our times and be like, "How did you guys do that? How did you guys get this done? The other targets can't do it." It's like, we cheat. We cheat. We break every safety rule. All right, let's see. What do we got? You're definitely not allowed to do any of that stuff. That team leader, though, he was this bald guy, really pale bald guy with this bright blue eyes. And he was like a polar bear, dude. That guy was so strong. It was shocking. All right, here's Tammy Lowe. Not sandals this time. You're still talking about sandals, Tammy. She's still talking about sandals. She says not sandals. She just wants to talk about sandals. Tammy. Sandals this, sandals that, sandals Jamaica. I shouted out to Karis to see if she caught my text that the food was here, and she's like, "Yeah, I got it." She was chewing on a little candy I got her. Caught her in the act. All right, look at that. Snippy whippy. Okay. All right. Whoa, look at that outfit, man. Yeah, we did really good at the Target. We were a whole group of dudes. We're all strong, younger guys. And when we worked, it was like a whirlwind, man. It was so wild. It is? All right. I think it's because everyone wanted to see the work done in like record times. So there was kind of like this sort of team feeling like, yeah, we're going to beat the time, you know? Oops. And I feel like that's only possible because we all liked the team leader and the elite team leader, or whatever, the executive team leader. There's just something very cool and relatable about those guys. It is. All right. Very nice. When did you order Taco Bell? Make Target great again. All right, here we go. Well, I've told this story before that they later sent me around with a team of workers from the back room to go to other Targets to improve their back room. How cool is that? Because our Target had the best numbers. And we were implementing one of my ideas, which is where you were required to put all the product on the lower shelves before you're allowed to stock them on the higher shelves. All right, let's see. Because people would stock all the product near the front of the aisle so they could like talk to each other or just be like not so deep into the aisle. So instead of stocking the product on the lower shelves and pushing back deeper into the aisle, they'd start walking up the ladder and start using the upper shelves. And I said, it's more efficient if you just keep all the product on the low shelves. And they're like, oh, oh, it's a really, it's a really simple idea. But to them, it was so exciting. They're like, all right, you're going to go do that to the other Targets now. So I got to go around to different Targets in the St. Louis region, and it was like a team of 5 of us. And we just had one job, just move all the product down. That was it. Take all the product down from the upper shelves and move them to the lower shelves. And they just did that with us for like a whole week. It was really fun. It is. Got to see how other Targets felt and how the workers there felt as well. Ooh. All right, there it is. Miss Tammy. I copped a Timberland sweatsuit. Got it for a good sale at Journeys. Only rock the classics nowadays. All right, let's put this over here. So, Miss Tammy, she got the hottest pull. Now, wait a second. She wants 2 boxes of Dandadan. So we're not done. We only opened 1 box. You want 2 boxes of Dandadan. That's a lot of boxes, Tammy. That's an SR, not an SP. How do you feel about the SPs not having a signature on them? Or a stamp? Is that okay? I mean, they do look fancier with the embossing. I rock bare feet like TCC. I don't do that anymore. I wear sandals now, and I got my walking shoes. Very important. I got well-used walking shoes. That is the one form of exercise I get a lot of, is walking. We are. Karis and I still do a lot of walking. Praying for you, oh great Mita. All right. Very nice. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. This is it, Tammy. This is the SEC right here. S&P going to hit 4,000 eventually. Yeah, is it on the way up? There it is. I don't hold any stocks right now. I'm out of the market. I got just cash. Just cash, and my cash earns a steady 4% in a bank account. And I'm probably going to miss out on gains in the market. I think now could be a very good time to buy, in fact, with all the uncertainty because of Donald Trump. It is. It's kind of a gamble on whether his policies and ideas work, or maybe whether he backs down from all of his rhetoric and saber rattling to reestablish, closer relations with our competitors and our maybe light-weighted allies. Maybe what would be the word? Unsure allies. Ooh. All right. Like Mexico and Canada are probably not looking at us the same way these days. They're going, I don't know about you. You seem like you could be a jerk. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. SoFi Banking gives you 5.75. SoFi Banking. What's SoFi Banking? Is that crypto or something? All right, there it is. Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. Dan. I'm investing in Nintendo after seeing Silksong being released this year. Oh, yeah, you can invest in the Nintendo company, definitely. I'm kind of enjoying not having any stocks for a minute. When you have money in the stock market, it's kind of like stressful in a certain way. You're like, is the stock market going to drop? It's weird that you have to feel that way in the stock market. I have never felt that in Pokemon, not even once. I've never felt like the Pokemon market's about to drop. Let me show off this Dark Sylveon Jumbo Break 1 in 7, $40 buy-in, $40 booster pack. Here it is. Too large for the screen. You still can't see it. I have to tilt the camera up for you to see the whole thing. It is graded 10. 2021 Dark Sylveon Pop 50. 1 and 7. Of course, one of those spots is a star spot. So somebody will just be moved over here to the Cardos break. All right, so I hope you appreciate that. Getting you guys these weird breaks. You guys seem to like the weird breaks. Jonathan says recession is incoming. You know, I feel like it's time for a recession too. I think it's time for a recession. I think there's all this fake money pumped up into the market. And I feel like there's a bunch of overvalued assets. And a recession would actually be good for the whole market. You know, you got like these out of control prices on homes. And a recession would kind of, you know, it would get rid of a bunch of bad debt because people who were just over borrowing would be forced to give up their assets. So that's why a recession, even though it's painful, a recession can actually be good for your economy. It proves who has money and who doesn't. And so, but it's very hard to get through a recession, very unpopular for any politician to go through a recession. And when a recession looms, what a government does, that who doesn't want to go through one, is they just print money like crazy. They say, no, everyone gets free money now. Please spend it so the economy is strong. Quick, take the interest rates and send them to zero so that everyone can borrow money even cheaper, setting prices higher, you know, creating a larger bubble, essentially. So this is why we haven't had a recession in a long time, and the gold guys are, you know, raising the alarm going, where's our recession? And the price of gold is steadily rising. And it looks like Trump doesn't want to have a recession either. He's even more likely than anyone, because of his pride, to make sure there's never a recession. So anytime a government wants to dodge the recession, they just print money. Trump signed an order declaring Grand Theft Auto 6 released this year. I read it on the internet, so it's factual. By the way, here's the Pokepot. Let's show you what the Pokepot's looking like. Here's what we have in the Pokepot. Mimikyu. I think there's a couple hollows in there too. Tapu, Lycanroc, Veluza, Colossal, this guy, Dandadan Sparse, and Rattata. The Pokepot was started just a few days ago. I'd like to change the name. I think Pokepot is kind of like a tongue twister. Maybe like, I don't know what to call it. The junk pile. I don't think it's necessarily feeling like a true junk pile once it starts filling up. It's starting to feel like a little nice thing. Okay. So that was for Miss Tammy Lamb. Whoa, Tammy Lamb. Whoa, Tammy Lamb. Pokepot, Cheech and Chong would be proud. The Pokelotto. I don't know about the Pokelotto. Card Soup. Can the Nintendo game pack cards work as a Pokepot card? Yeah, would you like to try to put one in right now? We actually have no one in queue, so we're ready for people to start adding things to the Pokepot. Here's a Golbat. An Alakazam. I love that Alakazam. Yesterday was kind of nuts, dude. Everyone was buying the Pokeshuffle out. That was crazy. Here's Ghastly. Good thing we're getting new cards back from PSA, because I kind of am running low on a certain style of card that fits into the Pokeshuffle really well. Cards that are worth like maybe $40 but are 10s. That's a very popular style of card. Like, look, this is a 9 and it's $70. So that could go in the Pokeshuffle, but it's not going to be that popular. PSA 10s that are $40 to $50, very popular. But I'm sure I have more. I just have to find them. Maybe. Yeah, kind of short on those. I don't know what to do. Like, this card could go in for 60. That's 12 cards. He's not bad. Aerodactyl 9. Let's get him in there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so he's going in. I like this song that's playing right now. Kind of running low on cards. What is this song that's playing? Chrono Trigger? God, Chrono Trigger's cool, man. They got some good music. Did I miss an update of PSA sub coming back? You did not miss an update. I've got a sub coming back for just me, my own stuff. And I mentioned that, once again, their grading standard is clearly harder. Many of the cards missed the 10. I think their grading is very, very harsh right now. And it makes me not want to send my valuable rare cards to them. Only junk Japanese modern should be going. Valuable cards should be held and weighed out. Maybe a PSA policy change, or maybe just send to a different company. All right, let's see. Eddie's back with his Pokeball, the Rocket Ball. Wiz sampled this best. Looking to get into Weiss Schwartz. What are some good websites? Sarah says, Sylveon break. You can't come into my card shop and then ask for other card shop websites, dude. That's funny, man. Sarah. All right, Sarah Dusenberry. Good luck in there, Sarah. I'm rooting for you. Never been by Wiz Khalifa. All right, if you're looking for some websites to buy product from, go hit up Google, man. This is so easy. All right, Sarah. Hey, guys, where else can we shop for cards? Not here. Wow, you're not rooting for me, mister. I'm rooting for you. What are you talking about? I'm not rooting for... Oh, for the Dark Sylveon. I'm rooting for you, Mr. Marco. Nah, I'm very impartial about whoever gets it. You know, whoever gets it, gets it. All right, here it is. I'm just a spectator. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are 4 deep on Dark Sylveon. 3 spots remain. Dark Sylveon's got momentum. It is the break with the momentum. Is that 4 now? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That's it. We have no orders in the queue. Would anyone like to get into the Pokepot? I think Aaron was saying he wanted to do a Nintendo pack. Wow, thanks for the help. I have a card for the mystery Pokebox pot roll. Well, Mr. Lord Chain, what's the name of your bag? I'm trying to remember your newer name. I'll buy a pack of Nintendo for the Pokepot tomorrow. Show off a couple more things. We've got this Mega Sublist. Fates Collide box break. Nobody in so far. I think at the very beginning of the box break, it's really hard to get it moving. Here's the Glory of Team Rocket box battle. So it's 1 in 8, and one person takes the whole box. Glory of Team Rocket's coming out soon. It's going to be spectacularly expensive. All right. We've got our Astral Radiance break. All right, that's moving pretty slow. Mr. Twiddling his thumbs. I'm just twiddling my thumbs. We've actually had a... Okay, so hold on. So, David Smith. All right, here it is, David. So he would like to join it. Let me guess. Is it the Electabuzz? It is. Very nice. Electivire, not Electabuzz. Okay. Oh. I think it's the Electivire. I'm not going to jump into Sylveon because others want it more than me. Ella, Cat, whomever. You're funny. All right, here it is, landing on 2, 1, and 4. All right, Electivire stays in the box. Who else would like to try putting a card in the Pokepot? Me, says Silver Umbreon. All right, Silver Umbreon, what's the name of your bag? I feel like I know the name of your bag, but it's on the tip of my tongue. Teresa, yes, Teresa. Okay. Let's go grab this. Ugh. Okay, so Teresa. Oh, you opened some of these Weiss Marvel Premium packs that we're going to sell through. Where did those go, by the way? They should still be around, shouldn't they? I see this. Here they are. So we have these Weiss Marvel Premium packs for $5 a pack. I found 4 sealed boxes of these, and I just popped them into this plastic bag for convenience. I'm going to set them over here now. All right. Okay, you've got some Korean cards. Lots of Korean cards. So there's a 1, a 2. And I'm trying to pick your worst cards, okay? You probably want to keep Charizard. I guess this Absol. So these 3 cards here can be donated for 1 roll. When it's the Korean card, you got to donate 3, unfortunately, because the Korean cards tend to hold a little less value. Did I ever mention dice are like super duper fun? Sounds good. All right, there we have it. The Poke Pot. You're trying to roll 3 of a kind, and when you donate cards to the pot that you don't want, you get to take a roll. Okay. Your PSA order has shipped. Oh, that is awesome. Oh my God, what are the actual odds of that? She actually rolled 3 of a kind. Wow. That's crazy, dude. Maybe it's easier to do than I thought. I think the odds are 1 in 36, but I mean, we got that pretty fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you can get about 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. That worked out pretty well. It's just a thing for fun. And you definitely did well here. The fun part about this, Teresa, is you can continue to use these cards now to keep putting cards into the Poke Pot. So it's like now you've got, it's almost like you got 7 new rolls. There it is. You should get your card back plus half the pot. We just take the lower half of the pot to keep it changing constantly. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. 1 spot in the Dark Sylveon. Oh, Dark Sylveon's now 5 out of 7. Okay, now I can hear. There it is. Tammy's about to start lecturing us about the different styles of sandals over the years. There it is. Very nice. Give them their cards back. That's not fair. Oh, I mean, if she really wants, if she prefers her own cards back, I can do that. But I presume because you donated your own cards in, like for example, she donated 3 Korean cards in. Well, that means based on the math, she's donated 3 out of the 14 cards, and they're these low value Korean cards. Actually benefits her to avoid picking up the Korean cards and going after the English ones because they're all counted the same. In other words, we didn't count her 3 Korean cards as 1 pull. We counted them as 3. So her pulling from the back of the box, mathematically, financially, is a superior move for her. I can get the Korean cards if she prefers them. We are. The reason we did that rule from the back is just to keep the box moving, so that people always put in from the top and always pull from the back. So it's a rotation, so that it's always different cards. It's not like I'm preferring good pulls or bad pulls for whoever gets half the pot. Yeah, Silver Umbreon says, no, it's fine. I'm happy with what I got. I like the idea of getting the back half of the stack. Yeah, because it always makes sure none of the cards get stuck in the pot, right? Because if people are always putting in from the top, then the cards in the back can get stuck. All right. That's not fair. It's interesting that you feel that that's not fair. Okay, now we have... Click. No orders in the queue. If you guys would like to put cards into the Poke Pot, you certainly can. It's really just for fun. By the way, it's not meant to be like some way to get rich. She didn't get like cards that make her wealthy out of that box. But here's the current pot. And you can place a card in there if you'd like and have a shot at taking these home. I'm going to cry in the corner now. Tammy. I think your sandals look really good. I was just teasing a little bit. Here's coughing. All right, we put a 10 into the box. Let's put a coughing into the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is it? Aaron Berekins. Is that like that's an Irish man, huh? All right. Here's number 58. Lovely. Tammy, how you feeling today, Tammy? Setting this up. Oh, wait, setting this. Oh, yeah, over here. Karis drew you a Dragonair. How cool is that? free Dragonairs. I just don't know where she put it, so I couldn't show it off. That Golbat's really good. I like the Golbat. Here's Numel. Cheap and affordable Numel. Ah, this one's probably going to sell. Rocket Returns, Dark Metal Energy, Pop 17. Kind of like the Rainbow Energy from the original Rocket set. That one's a good one. This has got 2 spots left off. Did she? Yeah, it's pretty cute looking too. In my opinion. It's a cute looking one. Pidgey. I feel like there was a Pidgey right over here just like 2 seconds ago. Really? Oh, no, it's this card. I'm losing my mind. I wonder if I should just crack these and regrade these too, you know, just for the small chance that they become a gem mint. Might be worth it. I'm going to crack these. You never know. It could be worthless, but you never know. Sorry, guys, I'm out. I can't be here. Good luck with the pulls. I need to get blanked up. You need to get blanked up. Here's Golduck. Red. Ooh. Piplup. Piplup's awesome, man. Piplup could definitely go in the Poke Shuffle, but I give people a chance to buy the Piplup. He's kind of a pricey card, so he would take the spot of like a chase card. Same with the Beedrill. This is a special card. This is Trainer Red from the blue deck. Because if you get it from the red or the green deck, it's really ugly. There's like a camo in the background. But in the blue and yellow deck, it's just a nice clean card. Ooh. What are the breaks? Says Larv. Hey, what's up, Larv? So, we got these 2 breaks running. The Lightning Bolt Houndoom and the Gym Break Kakuna with only 2 people that can get into that break. So, you're taking it from the other person, essentially, if you're the one who pulls it. There's the Clearance Break, getting very close to the end. There's about 5 spots left. We have a brand new break for Dark Sylveon. It's a jumbo card, and it is absolutely insane. You can see it in the thumbnail. But here it is. There are 2 spots left in this, so I think it's fair to probably suspect to be done by the nighttime stream. It's just gigantic. Absolutely humongous. You can hang this on a wall at home. You can just lean it up on a wall or a shelf or something. It's just really crazy looking. It's a nice dark Pokemon, just like the Team Rocket collection dark Pokemons. There's Dark Flareon, Dark Jolteon, and Dark Vaporeon in the original Team Rocket set. Now you can get Dark Sylveon as well. So that's nice. And it's just a really crazy break. Let's see. Peace, Double CC, be well. Here's a Miss Magus 8. Kyogre 8. This lovely Persian 10. Raichu 10 from Cardos. Almost time to start taking pictures of these. The new drill card. You can donate $1 to finish the drill card. There's currently no orders in the stream. We're 1 hour and 10 minutes in. It is now 6 p.m. I'm so happy my PSA shipment is coming out. How many on the Dark Sylveon? According to this, there's 6 people or 5 people on the Dark Sylveon. There's 2 spots remaining. It's nearly done. So that's just about to go off. Just got a spot on the Jumbo Slab. All right, there's 1 spot left on the Dark Sylveon. That's it. It's over. Jumbo Slab has no spots remaining. Don't try to buy in. The Jumbo Slab is completed. Okay, that's going to be James Gower. And Tamilo. We're going to call you T-Lo, like Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo, T-Lo. All right. That's the end of another Master Ball break. The previous Master Ball break was, what was it? It was a very fast-moving, oh, Kingdra, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a Kingdra. That was one fast-moving break. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 spots filled. There's 2 major pulls in the break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm here, says Marco. Good luck in there, Marco. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7. Good. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, Dark Sylveon is done. It's a pretty cool break. It's a pretty cool break. It's not one we host very often. People like the weird stuff. They really do. They like the weird stuff. Coin breaks, box topper breaks. I'm at 0-1 at break. It's about to be 0-2. All right, give me a number. Who wants to give me a number? Six. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. Oops, there it is. All right, and then we've got the names. We show the names off. Everyone knows they're in it. Just a couple names. It's kind of hard to shuffle. It's really all about the split, and the most important thing is whoever picks that number shouldn't know where anyone's name is. It's all about the split. All right, give me a number. One, 2, 3, 4. That's Mr. Colin picking 4. Thank you, Colin. We have Gavin. Sorry, Gavin. Tammy Lowe. That's it. It's going to Tammy. Wow. Congratulations to Tammy Lowe. You've got a gigantic Dark Sylveon now. Pretty lucky. Let's see what this is. Marco. Oh, you were close, Marco. Oh, but you picked the star card. Tell you what, Marco, I'll be nice to you. You pick the card you want to go into next. I won't make you go in the clearance. You know why? You've already got a spot in the clearance. So you pick what you want to go into next. I'll just be nice this time. Here's Joshua Whipple. Cold. Sorry, Josh. Sarah. Ooh, cold. Mr. James. Cold. And Rigo. All right, there it is. Marco always gets the star. The star's not a bad thing because you haven't technically lost anything yet. You haven't pulled a cold pack yet. You instead get moved over to a different break. Now, the tough thing about pulling the star is you don't get to choose the break. But this time I'm going to let him choose because he's pulled the star more than one time. He's already got a spot in the clearance break. The star is good. Yeah, the star is good. Nothing bad has happened yet. It just means he didn't snatch this. So, Tammy picking up this... I don't even know how to mark that it's yours. I don't know how to mark that thing is yours. Weird. I don't know what to do. Maybe I just put this in your box or something. Your box of cards over there. I'm going to just say Tammy on this. All right, so it's yours now. Ooh. Put a sticky note? I don't want to put anything on the slab itself. It's already got kind of a dusty feeling to it to a degree. And so I don't want to make it any worse than it is because the guy who stored it probably should have stored it nicer. Putting that over there. Tossing these out. It's all yours. It's the only one I have. Put this here. Oh, no, wait a second. We keep the marker card. So what are you thinking, Marco, with that star card? Where would you like me to move it? I'm letting you pick because I'm being nice to you. Yeah, you've been in a lot of these breaks and grabbing this. Oops. Giant Ziploc. Is there a Ziploc that big? There might be a Ziploc that big. The Lugia is always a fair thing. There's the Fossil break and the Mega break. There's the... you could go into the Rocket box break with the odds of 1 in 8. You can go into the Houndoom with the odds of 1 in 11. You could double up your odds in the clearance break by taking a new spot in there. Or you can have me say one spot and just wait. You can have me just wait. Houndoom looks good. You want the Houndoom? All right, Houndoom it is. He does actually look good. He's a great looking card. Vintage Neo 3. Very fancy. Okay, Houndoom. So you're going to get another shot over there. Okay, there it is. 1 in 3. Look at that. Okay, that's getting closer. What is this song? This is an amazing song. Maui Mallard in Cold Shadow. Wow. Loving that song. Teresa says she'll take 3 Dandadans. 1, 2, and a 3. This is where Teresa pulls the SEC with just 3 packs. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Lovely. Okay. But let Marco slap away that Magby. Maybe he could trade the Houndoom toward a Slabaway. Because once you pull a hot slab, you can always trade it, by the way. Yeah. Or try to sell it back. Teresa. Picking up some cards. Would it be possible to swap my break spots? Not out of the clearance break. Unless you, if you purchased the spot with your own money and it's not a star card, we can do a swap for you, sure. But if it's a star card spot, it's got to stay in. Adam says, can I get 1 Nintendo game pack so I have Pokepot cards? Heck yeah, dude. All right. So yes, if you open one of these, you can use all of these cards in the pack for 1 roll in Pokepot. 1 at a time, that is. So, in other words, if you get 4 cards, that's 4 rolls. Here it is. We got Legend of Zelda. Anyone would be happy to take this home from the pot, I'm sure. Here's Link. Here's Super Mario 2. And here's the Hammer Brothers. Oh, and Rescue Zelda. So that's actually 5. That's not bad, actually. Thought I'd ask, was a star spot? Yes. Ah, I see what you're saying. So the star spots, they got to stay in. They're kind of tough that way. So the good thing about a star spot is you could totally still pull a really nice slab with that star spot, but you don't get to pick where it goes. But we did that with Marco this time. He did me a favor. He did a finder's fee kind of thing for me. He found me a slab to buy. So I've been kind of paying him back a little bit here and there. And also, he already has a star spot in the clearance break. So there's 2 reasons to let him break the rules. But the rules normally are you can't do that. All right, so Adam, there you are. Would you like to put a card in right now, Mr. Adam? Are those Mario cards scratch off? Yeah, they're really cool. Those are on the menu for, what are they, like $6 or $7? Hold on, the menu says that those Mario cards cost $6.50 for a round of the Nintendo cards. Mr. Pashuis, I don't remember if you had a bag or not. He grabbed 2 start spots. That's lucky AS. Yeah, grabbing the star spots means nothing bad has happened to you yet, but it can still end badly. New bag. Ah, new bag. All right, you got it, bro. All right. You can put one in. All right, we're going to start with the worst one. That's how it always works. I think the worst ones are going to be... I actually cannot tell. I think this pig guy. Okay. Oops, that's not a fresh bag. We also have to pick a new breakout now. A new Master Ball break has to be chosen, and I don't know what it should be yet. That Dark Sylveon popped up, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Let's make that the break. Okay. Good luck. You have to roll 3 of a kind. Or your card stays in the pot. Landing on 6 and 2 1s. Okay, there's a cool little Nintendo card in there. Sasa says, what's hot today? Well, you just missed it. You missed the Dark Umbreon break. Super exciting. The biggest slab I've ever seen, and I'm not exaggerating. The biggest slab I've ever seen. It's gigantic. And that just got pulled by Tammy. It was a 1 in 7 odds. Pretty easy odds, actually. And, of course, for the other 6 people, they didn't feel that way. But, yeah, this Very doable odds. Next up, we have a Chenseg Vong. He says, 1 Dandadan. You got it. We have Dandadan is available now, $55 a box. $4.50 per pack. Dark Umbreon, that's racist. I meant American Dark... Wait, that's not right. I don't know where I was going with that joke. It's not working. Might as well just give the clearance break to Marco. We are. No, there's a lot of people in there, actually. So they're all wondering the fate of their card and whether or not... Oops. That pack kind of jumped out. We'll have that be in the front. I always break the rules, Mr. Fun fact, I've never sobbed away sob that was actually on the table for sale. What? Here we are. All right. Slabaway. Here's this. And here's this. And here's this. Lovely. Ooh. Beautiful slabs on the table tonight. Persian. Oh, there's an SP. So weird. The SPs are not signatures. They're just embossed cards. So that's a good pack, I guess, right? You get an embossed card. All right. We're looking for an SSP, right? Or an SEC, or whatever they call it now. Pelipper, box topper, and all the Trutinis were just things I saw. Ooh, the Pelipper. Did you know we had another Pelipper? I don't know which one you got. Did you get a Deoxys Pelipper or a Crystal Guardians Pelipper? Because we got another Crystal Guardians Pelipper. There it is. Mister, where's all the sexy cards? We have Nikkei. We have Azure Lane 2. We have Sneaker Bunko Volume 2. So we got lots of sexy cards right on the menu. Look under the Weiss Schwartz category, the Weiss category. I think those are all Weiss Japanese, in fact. There we go. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. I said cards, I meant slabs might be. There's stamped SP and SEC plus stamped. All right, so it sounds like they can get pretty spicy then. Here you are, Mr. Chenseg Vong. That glare is sometimes really annoying. Nothing too crazy popping out yet. Ah, here we are. Okay. All right. Okay, how deep are we into this? An hour and 23 minutes. We're probably ready to wrap up here, guys. Here's Houndour. I know what we did. I forgot to mention the vintage packs have been somewhat restocked. I got a couple in there. I didn't get all of them done, but I got a couple of these vintage packs back. They are $25 a pack. Those back on the menu. They're pretty much exactly the same. I designed them to be just like the last ones because the last ones did so well. The vintage packs are $25 raw cards. Okay. I'm so tired. I'm ready for dinner, guys. I am so ready for dinner. You have no clue. I'm freaking tired as heck, dude. Been working since 12. It's now 6. That's a good 6 hours of work. And then I'll be working again tonight when we go live for like 4 hours. So, and then I'll probably do some work while we're relaxing together. So I was like 10, 11 hours. Tired, man. I got a whopping 5 hours of sleep. Yeah, I'm living it up. Living it up over here. Okay, so I said cards, I meant slabs might be. Pick a number between 1 and 20. Pick a number between 1 and 20. This. Oh. My legs. My legs. Not too many people, huh? Oh, there it goes. It's updating. All right, rolling. Landing on 9. Who had 9? Rigo Rockstar had 9. Did anyone else? It goes to Rigo Rockstar. Congratulations. How you like that, Rigo Rockstar? Okay, that's spot number 7. Boom. This is for a whole free box of Crimson Haze. When it hits 20 spots, it'll be done and ready to be rolled for. That's our giveaway. We're just kind of constantly, passively giving stuff away. You know, when we hit 100,000 subscribers, we're going to give away $5,000 of stuff. 5,000. That's a lot. And I think we are eeping closer to that. Let me take a quick look. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Click on this. I think we're just about to pass over to 96,000. Is that right? Yeah. So we're about 25 subscribes away from 96,000 subscribers, which would leave us with 4,000 left to earn. Nice. We're making our way. We're limping across the finish line. We used to get more subscribers. I had one video in particular that was just bringing in tons of subs, but that one has slowed down. So I got to make a new viral video. I don't know how to do that. It's so hard to make a good video. But part of that is because I don't edit it too much. I just kind of post, don't I? Anyways, we'll get there. We'll get to 100,000 slowly, but inevitably, because we are growing. And yeah, I can't wait for it to get that check mark, and I'll get that cool-ass silver plaque. Oh, that's going to be so sweet, man. Another silver plaque under my feather in my cap. And I'll be able to take a picture of those together. It's going to feel very good. You know, sometimes you go to work for the money. Sometimes you go to work because you just want that plaque, man. Employee of the month. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you tonight for the late night stream. It's Wednesday. See you there, guys.